Hey guys, Stealth here. Today I want to review the M109 for you, and to start out with that, I've compared the M109 with the Gostikica, which is of course the tier 4 from the other dealer that we currently have. Now, what's the difference between these two and why is it significant? There's not that much of a difference between the 109 and the Gostikica. Let's get that right from the start. One thing you need to keep in mind as I'm looking at these numbers though is that I do have the M109 with retrofits. I don't have the Gostikica in my armory currently right now. And that means that the Gostikica stats are going to be slightly inferior, which isn't entirely honest, because of course if you installed modifications and retrofits on the Gostikica, it would paint a slightly different picture. Anyway, that doesn't take away from the fact that the gun of the M109 is going to hit harder than the Gostikica. You can see that it has a 155mm gun versus a 122. So this means that you're going to do more damage. It also means that the reload time for the Gostikica, and keep in mind again, this is including retrofits that I have for the 109. The reload time on the Gostikica is slightly less at 12.12 versus 12.24. It is, however, a bit more accurate at 0.15 versus 0.18. Targeting time is also a bit longer for the M109 at 500 seconds. Yeah, let's not take 8 minutes to spend 8 minutes to aim the gun. No, this is 5 seconds or 4.5. As far as camouflage goes and view range, this is not really too interesting. If you're gonna have to rely on your own view range, you're doing it wrong. Something that the Gostikica does have slightly more of is top speed. 59 versus 55. But the M109 has slightly more armor than the Gostikica, although that's only superficial. Because you're looking at 30 with a times 0.6 modifier. So it's not actually 30, it's even less. And that makes the Gostikica with its steel and 1 point flat modifier just pretty much as heavily armored. So, to compare these two, I would say that the 109, depending on how you look at it, is better than the Gostikica, simply because you hit harder and your DPM is slightly higher. Now, enough for the comparison. Let's look at the stats in detail and see what you can unlock. As you can see, I have the vehicle fully unlocked, and I got that done during one of the weekends. I just didn't get around to doing the review yet. The weekends had a very high amount of modifiers as far as XP goes. So I unlocked this vehicle way faster than I had expected it to, and this means that I didn't unlock the smoke round or the diesel engine. Now the best diesel engine does give you a slight acceleration boost, so I might as well unlock that. I'm just not going to install that because it's going to cost me another 150,000. Smoke rounds though are interesting and nice to have. Other than that, you can unlock HERA rounds. These are also called HERA rounds, and they stand for High Explosive Rocket Assisted. This is one of the massive differences between the Gostikica and the M109. You see, these are things that are called rocket assisted, which means that they fire or fly a lot faster. These travel at a speed of 400 meters per second. If I compare that to what you can find on the Gostikica, you're going to see a completely different type of round, which is just the HE frag, flying at 300 meters per second. So what does this mean in gameplay wise? Well, if you have a round that's going to fly faster, you don't have to wait as long for your round to impact. And considering that on some maps you're firing at, let's say, 1200 meters distance, it means that the target either has 3 or 4 seconds to get from one position to the next. And the shorter your travel time of the shell, the maximum or the better the chance of you to actually hit your target. Now you can unlock two types of hero rounds. The second one just has better stats. And then you have a firepower retrofit slot. And you can spend that accordingly to your own preferences, of course. You get one tech retrofit slot, as mentioned, a few better engines. I wouldn't completely overlook these engines, because what they do give you is more survivability. Even if they save your acceleration only 0.75 compared to the 11.63 from the main. You know what, I'm going to install it anyway. The reason for installing this engine is because sometimes, especially in PvP, you're going to get shot at by the enemy artillery player. the faster you can accelerate out of trouble or back into cover, the more likely your chances of surviving. And more survival or longer periods of time spent in the game means more damage, more XP, and faster grinding, of course. Anyway, this vehicle also has smoke rounds. Now, smoke rounds, I have not really used these too often because they are highly situational. Sometimes they can be really useful for your team in either pushing or retreating, but if you fire them at the wrong time, your entire team is going to be flaming you, because instead of helping them, you're actually making them in a worse, or you're putting them in a worse position, because suddenly they might not have the view range that they wanted to. So be very, very careful as you do want to deploy smoke rounds, because sometimes they're going to do more harm than good. If you have this vehicle at 50% or greater, which gives you the proven star, you can unlock Freya as a commander. You can unlock the magnetic accentuator, which currently is on discount. The game currently has a discount on these retrofits, which I believe is going to last to the end of January. And you can unlock 2 small credit packages. Okay, so which commander do I have for this one? I have UNS Senna, because with artillery I want to be able to cripple targets. And you can see I only just started using out this guy. So my module damage is 20% improved as opposed to the base version. I also have a double chance to put the vehicle on fire when it's damaged. And this means that you can do even more damage. So let's say your shell hits, you knock out a track, you you damage the gun, maybe you damage the turret ring, and the vehicle catches fire. Not everyone carries a fire extinguisher, and not everyone, if they do carry a fire extinguisher, is fast enough to hit that button. So this can actually help you do quite a bit more damage. Now I can also unlock quite a few additional upgrades, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Ammo, I have 33 main rounds, which are the HERA rounds, and I want to add a few smoke rounds. I can pack only 6 on this vehicle, so let's get that done. Confirm that. Consumables, the maximum stuff, and I'm also going to equip the mid-tier field maintenance kit. I personally don't play PvE with artillery, because it tends to be really difficult, or at least it depends on the map. But I do play PvP mostly if I'm dealing artillery. Retrofits. You can go all the way with these things. You have quite a few options. You have 1 universal, 1 firepower, and 1 technology retrofit slot. I have the magnetic accentuator because I want to get more damage and faster aim time. But you could say, well, I'm happy with my damage, or I'm going to use the experimental propellant to boost my damage. I just want to make sure that my aim time is as low as it can possibly be. And for that, you could go either towards the gyroscopic stabilizers. I don't think... yeah, this is the accuracy. I'm not entirely sure about these things. I don't have them memorized that well. So yeah, you could go with the gyroscopic stabilizers if you want to push down that aim time. And it's also going to help you reload. So it may not be the pure alpha damage that the magnetic accentuator gives you, but it will allow you to do faster damage, or fire faster. Other than that, I have the experimental propellant, so I got 2 firepower upgrades in here. This is going to help me do more damage, and intercom systems are going to just adjust the crew or improve the crew and give me all round better stats on that. Now I think that quite covers the review so far, so let's get into a PvP match and show you what this thing can do. I will be pausing the game or the replay here, because you never know how long this is going to take, especially in artillery. The battle queue can take a while, and I don't want you to have to suffer through that. So I'm going to pause it here, and when I have a game, I'm going to unpause the video, so I'll see you soon. Right, we've started on River Point. It's a tier 4 match. There's only 2 tier 3s on my team, 2 tier 3s on the enemy team, so it's pretty much a full tier 4 match. My first priority is staying alive. Staying alive, of course, is something that not everyone seems to prioritize. I definitely want to have solid cover if I'm in artillery. That's because there is one M109 on the enemy team, and more often than not, the enemy artillery player will try to kill you. Unfortunately, this hill does not provide a lot of cover, so I'm instead going to go towards this small gorge here. where I can move forward and backwards and try to deal damage while still being able to retreat into a safe position. So moving towards the west side of the map. Let's hope that there are more people going that way. Otherwise this game might be over rather sooner than I had expected. This is the terrain I'm talking about. From here I can use this terrain as cover while still being able to fire over it and not taking return fire. So considering that we have quite a few swing fires and other high detectability vehicles going this way, I'm going to put my aiming towards this flank and hope that the Jalo or the swing fire are going to spot something for me to shoot at. I'm not liking the other side of the map too much. That we have two Sheridans there, and the OF-40 seems to be moving away. So that is not good for that flank. This Leopard here is in cover. Cannot shoot at it. We do have a position on the enemy artillery unit. There it is. Not in cover at all. And I didn't see it move either. So aimed in, firing, moving forward to make sure I'm not in cover. To make sure I am in cover, actually. I don't think I actually hit him though. T-64. Aiming in. You can see the aiming takes quite a while. Shell out. Hit him for 72. It's not too much. Getting ready to fire.
Up. Hostile tank.
Oh, and he started moving backwards, of course. Right as I fired. Now I gotta say, I'm not the best artillery player. I'm much more of an AFV/MBT guy. I do enjoy the occasional artillery game. But other than that, I'm not really the best of it. Shell out. And hit the terrain just in front of him. Unfortunately. I do think, however, that the M109 on the enemy team is just sitting there. I don't think it's doing anything. Let's see if it's going to fire again. Yep, there it is. Hello. Return fire. Hit. 365 damage. I'm going to move forward a bit because he might try to do a return shot. And I would hate to get hit by that massive gun of his. There's T-64 wide out in the open. Trying to reverse so that I can take a shot at him. Firing. He's not moving. Hit. 277 blow. Both of his tracks off. So this should be a pretty easy target to kill. He's probably going to keep reversing. Shell out. And I gave him too much lead. I'm very worried about the other side of the map at this stage. Because it's way too likely that they are going to start pushing there. And that they're going to get away with it too. Come on, my dear T-64. Where are you? There's a BMP-1P. He's going to reverse. He's been detected. And he's going to reverse there, I think. Nah, a little bit. A little bit. The M109 is in this position, I think. Aiming in. Shell out. Moving forward. Didn't hit him. Oh, look at that. There's a tank destroyer there. Or two.
Hostile tank. Mark.
He's been marked. He's put up a smoke screen. He's trying to hide behind this block, which is not going to save him. Full damage. 284. Knocked out his viewer. There's the OF-40. I think the T-64 died. Yep, he's out. Let's see what the TD wants to do here. I think he's going to move forward like that, hoping that this is going to hit him. Yep, got him. Gave him just enough lead there. However, our right flank has failed. Our left flank is in quite a bit of trouble, and I've been spotted because I drove too far forward. So there's that. So, I'm hoping that I'm going to hit that BMP-1P there. Didn't really get it. There's a BMP-1P pretty close here. So I'm thinking that we are going to be losing this match. I may try to shotgun this unit. Not the best option, but if it works. No, didn't get it. Didn't get it. Come on. Come at me, bro. I got a real nice 155mm round ready for you. Got you. He should not have been waiting there, because that is what got him killed. There's the M109 again. Not too sure where it is. Let's assume somewhere there.
Target hit.
Yep, hit him. Right back into cover. We're slowly but steadily pulling this game back. If they can just spot that BMP-1 there, I might be able to hit it for them. Although the terrain here is not really in my favor. Nope, LAV got a shot off. Leopard 1. Nope, no chance. Let's do a 40. A 40 is looking okay. He's doing pretty good on health. That tree means that an enemy tank is going to be approaching. Possibly the Leopard 1. Oh, nice one. Jalo got him. M109. Not too sure where it is. That Leopard 1 is now approaching rapidly on the position of the 040. Pulling out of cover. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Fire. Got him. Currently 4 on 4. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Got an LAV 300 moving west pretty rapidly. Taking fire from the Sheridan, I think. Been spotted by that unit. Which is okay, I can take a hit if I have to. Oh, come on. That's probably an artillery round coming in for me. Yep, that was an artillery round. I'm not sure if you heard it, but that was it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ready, 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 fire. Got him! There you go. Okay, this is getting a more intense game than I'd expected. Much more much more intense. There's an OF-40 who is in cover, not anymore. Firing. Damage, 85. Been spotted, moving away. I don't want to stay here too long. That damn near got me. 109 seems to have relocated to this position. Now it's 3 on 3. A tank destroyer, a tank and an artillery unit for our team. And 2 tanks and an artillery unit for their team. The Jalo has great view range. Hello 109, where are you headed, sunshine? Hit, 73 damage. But he did just take out 86 hit points for me, so it's getting close. It's getting real close. Gotta say, I've already done almost 2,000 points of damage, which for an artillery unit like this is not bad at tier 4. And there's the OF-40, who is currently moving out of cover. Gun swinging around. He's in that gorge again. Maybe able to hit him if he's about there. Firing. No hit. Damn it, we just lost our tank. The Jalo's on 395 hit points. Oh, I think we're not going to make it.
Ammo up.
Or at least I don't see it. Especially with all the terrain here. It's making it way more difficult for me to get a good shot off. OF-40 seems to be coming towards me. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to shotgun this guy again. Ready, ready, ready. Come on, you know you want to.
Identify target.
There it is. Didn't hit him. Didn't hit him. I'm gonna keep this thing at range because he can pretty much one-shot me with his heat rounds. I have absolutely no intention of getting hit like that. Spotted me. The good news, the artillery cannot hit me. At least, such is my hope. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Push forward. Fired. I did quite a lot. Oh, damn it. His reload's gonna beat mine. His reload's gonna beat mine. Right about now. Damn it, he got me. Oh, that was an intense game. But I managed to heavily damage this over 40. Oh, so he's a one-shot. So let's see if the Jalo can make sure that both those units go down. The T-64 is dead. Correction, T-64 is alive, the artillery's dead. Ooh, that was close. Now, I'm feeling pretty confident about this game currently. Because this guy is from Pirates, PTS. They only accept very, very good players. I'm thinking that this Jalo might try to go around the position here to snipe back at the tanks as they're moving north. Now, normally I wouldn't be showing you the rest of this game, but currently it's so close, so intense that I want to just keep watching. Let's see what his plan is going to be. Somehow I managed to nail the artillery as well. Now we're getting capped. This guy cannot capture their base, not in time. Or actually the base is in the middle, never mind. Different map, or a different version of the map. Come on. One thing, or actually the few things that the Jalo has over the tanks are view range, mobility and camouflage. It does have a pretty punchy gun, which can absolutely one-shot the OF-40, but the T-64 is going to need 2 or more rounds before it's going to go down. Oh, there's the T-64. Yeah, it's going to need 3 rounds. Maybe even 4, depending on the damage rolls. I'm not sure if the Jalo has been spotted yet. He's going to first take off the OF-40. Divide and conquer, perfect strategy. Ready, fire, killed, good job. Now, can he kill the T-64? If he's gonna stay at range, use his camo, absolutely. And that's exactly what he's doing. Just stay at range. Probably snipe the T-64 as he's going to be coming around. The thing is though that at this stage they have to kill each other. The cap is going to take too long. He's going to use these bushes as cover and hope that the T-64 is going to come to him. T-64 at the same time does not have a choice either. It has to come for him. Good hit, 276. Okay, with this damage you can kill him in 2 more shots. Missed. Or bounce. Ready, ready, ready. Come on. Come on. Oof. Incoming round from the T-64. Bounced. Oh, what's this guy doing? This is very, very risky. Damn it. At this game, or at this situation, he should have stayed at more range. He was just too close to the target. Anyway, for me, that was a pretty damn good artillery game. 2200 damage, I gotta say. Very nice. Let's see how much XP I got for that. Uh, 1600 XP, 83,000 credits. Teams managed to make second after the Jalo. So not too bad. Let's see how this thing's going to behave in PvE, because I pretty much never play in that mode. Not in artillery anyway. Let's see, this one is the peaceful town. It's not an ideal artillery map, but let's play it anyway. Just to see how well the artillery can perform in this map. There are some maps, and I don't know their titles by heart, or the mission names by heart, but those are absolute no-go areas for artillery. You do not want to take an artillery into a heavily urbanized map. Be very, very, very careful there. Now we have a BMP-2, the Bagel 57, BMP-1P, and an OF-40. So we got virtually no armor, and that could be a problem. Also, I have no idea what my position would be, or even should be, on this map. So, let's see. Oh, wonderful. I'm right in with the other guys. Yeah, this is an absolutely terrible map for artillery. That's the risk you get when you play artillery in PvE. The one thing I can do is probably hit that position from where I am right now, but there's a very high risk that I'm going to be spawned, or that the enemy is going to spawn pretty close to me. And I don't feel confident using this thing as a big shotgun. Not the way that I did in PvE or PvP a moment ago. Okay, cannot hit that position. I want to be able to support this position here.
But keep your eyes open for an evac route.
No good shot there. This is absolutely terrible. I have no idea where to go. None. If I go up on that ridge, I have a pretty decent firing position, but I'm also going to be the first one to get shot at.
Echo 5. Get over there and cover our backs, Black Company.
He's already dead. They spawn here. This is going to be one of the shortest PvE... Oh, shit. One of the shortest PvE games I have ever played. However, the T-92 may not be aware of my presence here yet. The BMP-2 is. Ready? No, we're not going to hit him. This is just terrible. Okay, I need to get to this position. Oh, shit. Shotgun didn't hit. Okay, this is a big lesson for me. Don't take an artillery unit into a map that you're not absolutely sure is an open map. There, that works. It's not the most convenient solution, but it works. Oh, BMD-1. And he's already dead by the time I get a shot at him, of course. Okay, got that mission. This thing is not powerful enough to go right over that rubble. Come on! Just move already. Now, at least from here I should be able to do some damage. If I can fire alongside this hill. Oh, artillery. Let's get that. No, I cannot even hit that. Bloody hell. Whatever you do, never ever take artillery into a mission like this, because it's absolutely worthless. Look at that. I've done 120 damage. The best player on the team has done 3,800 damage. Now I remember why I don't play this thing in PvE. If you do want to see some good PvE gameplay, by the way, Jingles has some few nice artillery games of it. Yeah, kill, 71 damage. Look at that. Starship. Because my angle's terrible here.
Ammo up.
Hit him, 200 damage. Let's not overestimate that.
Hostile target. Marked.
Missed? Missed? Okay. At that range? Really? Then again, it's not about the range, really. And as for the next zone, it's going to be further north.
Protect the civilians. We just need a few more minutes to make sure the civilians are safe.
You guys are spawning here.
Ready to counterattack.
That's different. No hit. Bloody hell. This is just going to be some very, very stupid gameplay. Sorry guys. Should have picked my map a bit more carefully.
Good work.
Hello.
The civilians will be safer out of the combat.
Not even that? Come on. Come on. The AI is going, yeah, he's not a problem. I'm not even going to focus on this guy. Which they're absolutely right about. The main damage dealers are up there. Oh, this is terrible. And of course they're now on the other side of the castle, which is something that I cannot hit. So, main lesson, never take artillery into a map that's called Direwolf, or a mission that's called Direwolf. You're gonna have an absolutely terrible time as I'm trying to mount this statue. Oh my god. Sorry guys. What the hell? I might be able to hit that BMD if he lives long enough. Nope. House in the way.
Hostile tank, marked.
Fire! Splash him. Yep, got him. At least a bit of splash damage there. T-72 coming out of the street here. Of course it's not going to come out of the street, because that would just be silly. T-62. Nope. Okay, T-72. Good hit. Knocked out some modules, but it's not that important in PvE.
Up.
Shut out.
Target hit.
169. Killed off. Another T-72 here, but I doubt I have a good shot.
Hostile truck, marked.
Nope, not really. T-62, that I can probably hit. Not sure where that round went. He's out. Not sure what's exactly in the way here, but it's probably the rock or that... Yeah, it's a dip in the terrain. Yeah, screw you and your house. Okay, Scorpion. Nope, Scorpion's dead. Okay, now you're mine. Oh,
That
you
was
have to
close.
be kidding.
We've repelled a major attack today with no civilian casualties. I'm glad those
Okay,
extremists
that
don't
was
have nukes.
absolutely atrocious. I'm sorry you had to witness that. Anyway, I hope I was able to compensate for that with the PvP game that got pretty damn exciting. With that, I hope you got a bit of an idea of how I play the M109, how you should absolutely not play the M109 in a PvE match. And of course there are PvE games where you have a pretty decent position and where you can be a real help for your team. But I still prefer artillery in a PvP setting, simply because most of the time I do better there. But of course it's a game, it's up to you how you play this machine. I hope it was useful. If it was, please hit like so I know that it was. If you have any questions about this machine, let me know in the comments so I can help you out with those. And if you have any great setups for the retrofits or any maps that we should absolutely avoid, please leave those in the comments so I know what to avoid and what to look for. With that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.